Hello everyone, this is the pre-market report video for today 26th October 2023 in the Indian stock market in terms of Nifty and Bank Nifty. Yesterday I forgot to tell one thing. On Monday evening and Tuesday, one of the main reason why global momentum massively improved because there was a combined major global countries such as Saudi, US and Egypt comes forward and try to compromise the conflict situation in the Middle East. And that was also the reason why there was a drop in oil price. However, yesterday during afternoon period, again the conflict escalated and also Israel Prime Minister spoke in their national TV. He was really aggressive. All this not just affected the Indian market, it also increased the US 10-year bond yield again over 4.9 and later above 4.95%. And obviously it now deteriorated the global momentum, which in turn increases the oil price to over 2%. At the time of this video, WTI crude is trading around $85 per barrel and Brent crude again reached the $90 per barrel. Anyway, that's the oil story. Coming to US, in the last pre-market video about Google and Microsoft results, we discussed marginally that I just said Google stock was indicating fall last night because of cloud business, whereas Microsoft was indicating positive again because of cloud business. Now, I will tell you the overall picture. Sometimes market really behaves very crazy. First, Google cloud revenue year-on-year basis increased 22.5% to $8.41 billion US, but that missed the Wall Street estimates where they expect $8.6 billion US. So that's the comparison. $8.41 billion US cloud business revenue versus $8.6 billion US expectation. Not that much massive, and in fact, their cloud business revenue was just only 11% in whole Google's revenue. So as an overall revenue, market expects the revenue of below $76 billion US and Google posted $76.7 billion US. Basically, the overall revenue was better than expectation, but cloud business marginally didn't do as expected. Other than that, all good, profit, earnings per share, etc. all really good in line with the market expectation. Just this cloud business marginally worries. For that, last night in US, Google lost over 9.5% in the stock price in one single day. And also in the offline aftermarket, it dropped another 0.5%. Just for info, Google is over 7% weightage in Nasdaq index and little above 4% weightage in S&P 500. So that's about Google. Now coming to Amazon. Last night, Jeffries released the statement that Microsoft might take over the cloud market share from Amazon. This made that stock to drop over 5%. Again, Amazon got 3.25% weightage in S&P 500 and in Nasdaq it's near 7%. So overall, weakness in Google, Amazon and 10-year bond yield made the S&P 500 and Nasdaq to crash, mainly Nasdaq as it crashed by 2.43%. Here, 2.43% crash in Nifty is equivalent to 450 points down in one single day. So that's how Nasdaq was crazy negative last night. Anyway, S&P 500 down by 1.44% and Dow Jones dropped just 0.32%, and in case of US VIX, it increased 6% and moved to above 20 from below 19. However, though US market was crashed, but it didn't fully translate on GIFT Nifty. Since early morning today, compared to yesterday evening close, it dropped only 46 points. It still closed at 19,075, which means for now, it's indicating just 50 points gap down. Regarding Indian ADR, Infosys, Wipro and ICICI Bank all closed in line with the Indian market. However, in contrast, HDFC Bank closed positive, though it was negative in the Indian market. Similarly, Reliance in Indian market closed 0.3% negative, but in GDR it closed 0.3% positive. So, two index heavyweight near 25% weightage in Nifty. In foreign market it closed positive, but the problem is lately those were not at all transferring to our Indian market. Even on day before yesterday, Bank's ADR indicated over 1% positive, but in Indian market it crashed. Just for info, at present, because of yesterday's negative close, Bank Nifty year to date turned negative, meaning it is over 10-month low value. Anyway, let's see how it's going to turn today. Regarding quarterly results, Axis Bank posted very good one. Their profit increased over 10% against expectation of 8%. Similarly, their revenue increased over 19% against expectation of just 15%. So possibly we can expect Axis Bank also to trade positive. However, Tech Mahindra posted not so good results. Their revenue down 2% and mainly their profit down over 28%. Similarly, Jubilant Foodworks also didn't posted a very good results. Then, as per stock open interest, Tata Chemicals, NTPC, India Bulls Housing Finance, Birla Soft and Manappuram Finance got an increase in open interest along with a negative close, indicates the short build-up. On the other hand, Sun TV Network, IDFC, Maruti Suzuki, Hindalco Industries and Bata India are the very few stocks that got an increase in open interest with a positive price close, indicating a build-up of long positions. About institutional activities, after 2 days of small buying, FII turned as mega net sellers. The net sold for over 4,240 crore rupees. To some extent, DI supported the market as they bought for 3,570 crore rupees. Again, there is no uneven volume change or no big company bulk deal exchange. I can't able to find any why they net sold for over 4,000 crore rupees. Anyway, that's the fact. As a summary, US Nasdaq closed crazy negative, so it deteriorated the global momentum. GIFT Nifty indicating a gap down opening of 50 points. Oil price increase, 10-year bond yield increase and FII again turned as mega net sellers. Those were the negative points against our Indian market. On the positive side, HDFC Bank ADR and Reliance GDR, for some reason it defied the Indian market and closed positive. Second, Axis Bank posted very good results. Third, Indian IT ADRs were down, but it was in line with Indian market down. So, no fresh additional negative indication. These are positives. Let's see what will happen today. Then, about the things to look out. Today, Asian Paints, ACC, Punjab National Bank, Canara Bank, Colgate Palmolive, Vodafone Idea, Dixon Technologies and Indian Bank are some of the major Indian companies' earnings results are scheduled release today. In terms of macro, nothing during or before our market hours, but after that around 6 p.m, European Central Bank interest rate decision. Then on the US side, US Q3 GDP growth rate data is scheduled to release. In addition, core PCE price, durable goods orders and weekly jobs data and pending home sales data are some of the US macro we need to keep an eye out today. Coming to technical, like Monday, Nifty opened flat and it maintained that till the European market opening. Once it opened and the conflict escalation in Middle East made the Nifty to fall. However, it took support at 19,100 and closed there negative for the 5th consecutive session. Technically, due to weak sentiments, now Nifty has breached the important support level of 19,200 and also it has formed another bearish candle on the daily chart. And it's very close to the psychological level of 19,000, which all are largely negative. So the short-term trend is negative and even during the intraday, minor pullbacks was sold into. Considering all these and the sharp fall in the last couple of trading sessions, there can be more consolidation. However, it is likely to be a temporary pause. I mean, for day traders, 19,050 would act as a trend decider level, above which we could see a one quick pullback rally till 90,200 to 90,250. On the flip side, fresh sell-off is possible only after it breaks 19,050. And below 19,050, the market could slip till 18,900 to 18,830 levels, where 200-day exponential moving average is present. On the way up, 19,350 to 19,370 shall act as the immediate hurdle zone. In case of Bank Nifty, it's even worse. It opened good positive of over 0.5%, but after that, it erased all the gains and ended the day with 0.7% lower below 43,000. Again, here also intraday minor pullbacks were sold into. So now Bank Nifty has erased all its year-to-date gains and turned negative for the year, meaning for 2023, whatever the fall after this, Bank Nifty will become more and more negative. So technically, most likely it will continue to drift lower towards 42,500 from short-term perspective. For now, the crucial resistance is placed at 43,000 to 43,100, while support is placed at 42,600 to 42,500. On the options front, the maximum call option open interest for Nifty is at 19,500 strike, then 19,400 and followed by 19,300. Then in terms of new call writing, the maximum is at 19,200 followed by 19,300. So this suggests there are some resistance at 19,200 and 19,300 is the crucial hurdle. On the other side, interestingly, put option unwound took place only above 19,250. No unwinding between 19,100 to 19,250. This kind of suggests still Nifty can claim easily above 19,200. Again, these are all India specific. Right now, we got a terrible global momentum. Anyway, the maximum put option open interest is at 19,000, then 19,100. However, 19,100 is a short straddle. So, the next followed is at 18,800. And there was an even put writing at 19,050, 19,000 and 18,950. So, we can say 19,000 is the strong support for now. Similarly, for Bank Nifty, the support zone is between 42,200 and 43,500. On the flip side, the critical resistance is at 43,500 to 43,700 range. So that's all in this video. Hope you all got some useful information. Please consider subscribing the channel and liking the video so it will help me beat the YouTube algorithm and will also motivate me to do more. Please don't make any investment based on this as I'm not a SEBI registered advisor. I'm doing this for my and viewers' educational purpose only. Thanks for watching.